Hi, it's Lisa, and in this video I want to go over one of the most common errors you'll receive when doing multi-table queries using joins, and that's the ambiguous name error. So you can see in this example I'm joining two tables, categories and products, and I want to pull a number of fields including the field category ID. The problem with category ID is it appears in both the categories table and in the products table. So that's going to produce that ambiguous name error. It's ambiguous because the database does not know, do I mean category ID from categories or do I mean category ID from products? The way to resolve that is either to put the full name or the alias in front of that field. So you can see I'm using aliases, which I did down here in my join, so I'm going to use aliases here for this field. It's not necessary for these other fields, but you can do it if you like. It is necessary in this case for category ID. So let's go try that. Here I've got that same code, except I'm doing the select all, and just to show you, this runs without any problem because I'm just selecting all of the fields. It's when I start to add in individual fields. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few fields. I'm going to add product ID, product name, category ID, and I'm going to add category name. And when I run this, there's that ambiguous column name error. Now this is not an error that's unique to W3 Schools or this particular database. It's something you're going to get in SQL period, whether you're using this database or you're using SQL Server Management Studio or another relational database. Again, the issue is you're trying to pull a field that occurs in two or more of the tables that you have in your join here. All right, so how do I resolve this? Again, I either put the full name of the table in front of it or the alias. Now I'm using aliases here in my join, so I have to use aliases. So I'm going to say I'm going to say p dot category ID. So I want to pull it from the product table. And when I run this, now it's just fine. This is true if I do this in an order by. So if I come back down here and I want to sort, so I'm going to add an order by, and let's say I want to do category ID. I want to order it by category ID. And I run the same thing, another ambiguous column name error, because I didn't do it here. So here I also need to add that alias, p dot, and then when I run it, it's just fine. Now it's sorting by category ID. You don't need to add the aliases for the other fields, but if you wanted to, you could. So for example, this one's product ID is from product, product name is from product. Now be careful, some of them it may not matter, like this one it may not matter which table you pull it from, but some clearly are only from one table. Product name, for example, only comes from the product table. Category name, for example, only comes from the category table, so you have to use the right alias. So I'll run that, and it runs just fine, and that's it for this video.